If we wanted to buy healthcare products in Japan, where would you go? Can you think of a few places right away? Did you know that pharmacies and drugstores are actually different in Japan? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jun, a licensed pharmacist from Japan. On this channel, I share basic information and introduce healthcare products you can find in Japan. And just a quick reminder, please make sure to check the disclaimer before we start. In this episode 2, we'll dive into today's topic. We'll explore where you can buy healthcare products and how each price is different. Before we begin, let's quickly review what we learned last time. Healthcare products in Japan can be broadly divided into 4 main categories. First, we have OTC products, which include medicines and test kits. Next is quasi drugs, a unique category that sits between medicines and cosmetics. Then we have health food. Some of them are regulated under government rules, while others are not. And finally, there are cosmetics and hygiene products. These are the 4 major categories of healthcare products in Japan, so make sure to remember them well. So where you can buy OTC medicines in Japan? To put it simply, drugstores are the perfect choice. You can find all categories of OTC medicines here, along with a wide range of healthcare products. This is the conclusion. The second option is pharmacies. Dispensing pharmacies. Their main focus is on dispensing prescription medicines, so they usually don't put much effort into OTC sales. That's why I don't really recommend buying OTC products there. And personally, I've never bought any OTC medicine at a pharmacy myself. The third option is supermarket. Large supermarket chains often have a small medicine section, but pharmacists are usually not available. Because of that, we cannot buy pharmaceuticals requiring guidance or class 1 medicines there. The first option is online shopping. Popular sites like Amazon and Rakuten allow you to buy class 1 through class 3 medicines. It might take a little time for delivery, but for long-time residents, it's a convenient option. Lastly, as of 2025, you should know that most convenience stores in Japan do not sell medicine. It's very rare to find convenience stores that sells OTC medicine. However, legal changes are underway, and in the future, we may see OTC medicine available at convenience stores too. So for now, the best and most reliable price for foreigners to buy OTC medicines in Japan is definitely drugstores. Now let's take a look at some of the most popular drugstore chains in Japan. These are some of the major drugstore chains in Japan. You can find at least one of them in almost every city and town. There are also many other chain stores, but these are the most well-known ones. When it comes to prices, in areas where there is strong competitions, prices are usually quite similar across stores. Especially for medicine, the price differences are very small. So how should you decide which store to go to? Here are some key points to consider when choosing a drugstore in Japan. Let's go through them one by one. First, product variety. Large stores usually carry a wider selection of items, including pharmaceuticals requiring guidance and class 1 OTC medicines. Some also offer private brand products, which can be a good option if you are looking for affordable alternative. Next, convenience. Many stores now accept credit cards or QR code payments, so you can shop easily even without cash. It's also a good idea to check if the store has smartphone apps, since you can collect points or get their coupons. And if you are visiting Japan, look for stores that provide tax-free service for tourists. Finally, safety and quality. Choose stores where it's easy to talk to pharmacists or registered sellers. If the drugstore has an attached pharmacy, there will always be a pharmacist on site. Also, make sure that products are not exposed to direct sunlight and that the air conditioning is well maintained. These are signs of good product management, so when choosing a drugstore, try to focus on store size, convenience, and product safety. This is the point. Based on the point from the previous slide, let's take a look at the major drugstore chains in Japan. Japan's drugstore industry is highly competitive, and each company offers different services and features to attract customers. First, Matsumoto Kiyoshi. You can find their stores almost everywhere, especially in the tourist areas and along main streets. One of the key features, Matsukiyo private brand, which offers a wide range of OTC medicines under their own label. We'll talk more about private brands on the next slide. Also, sometimes their receipts come with discount coupons, so don't forget to check before you throw them away. Next, Kokkara Fine, which has recently merged with the Matsumoto Kiyoshi Group. And third one is Tsuruha Drug. And the fourth is Sandrug. Sandrug's official online store is also quite convenient. It's available in multiple languages and even supports international shipping. This makes it a great site for collecting product information as well. Next, Welcia. It's known for having many 24-hour stores and a large number of branches with attached pharmacies. Daikoku Drug, mainly found in the Kansai region, is popular among tourists because of its competitive prices. Finally, Sui Pharmacy, which is known for its attached prescription counters and smartphone apps coupon that can help you save money. Most of these chains offer a wide range of payment options and have their own mobile apps for points and promotion. So try to visiting a few different stores and find favorite drugstore in Japan.
To master Japanese drugstores, grab our full guide. It covers everything you need to know.
Now let's briefly talk about private brand medicines. These are not products made by pharmaceutical companies, and rather developed and produced by the drugstores themselves. When evaluating private brand medicine, we can look at three main points: priced quality, convenience, and price. Priced quality. The active ingredients and approved effects are the same as those made by pharmaceutical companies. That's because the ingredient and approved indications are strictly regulated by law in Japan. Second, manufacturing. Most private brand medicines are outsourced to domestic factories, which follow the GMP, Good Manufacturing Practice standards. This means their production quality is equivalent to that of major pharmaceutical companies. Convenience. The range of available product is somewhat limited, but popular and frequently used categories are usually prioritized for private branding. Finally, let's talk about price, which is often the biggest factor. Private brand medicines are usually cheaper than those made by pharmaceutical companies. That's because they don't spend much on advertising or marketing. So if you are looking for cost-effective options, private brand medicines can be a great choice. Here you can see the example from Matsukiyo brand. The packages display both the logo and English name on the label. Next, let's talk about pharmacies in Japan. Pharmacies are clearly different from drugstores. Their main role is to dispense prescription medicines. So most pharmacies don't sell OTC products, and even if they do, the selection is very limited. So remember, pharmacies are not the right place to buy OTC medicine. And if you accidentally walk into one, it's best to quietly leave without disturbing their work. Here are some key differences between pharmacies and drugstores. Pharmacies are usually designed so that you can see inside from the street, while drugstores are easy to recognize because they often have large displays of product stacked near the entrance. The roles of pharmacies and drugstores are completely different, so it's important to keep that distinction in mind. When I was training at a pharmacy, I remember several people accidentally walking in, thinking it was drugstore. It happens quite often. Now let's move on to supermarket. Large supermarket chains in Japan often have small medicine corner inside the store. However, the availability of OTC medicine depends on the store, and sales are limited to the hour when a registered seller is present. This means that the medicine counter may close earlier than the supermarket itself. In many cases, pharmacists are not available, so only Class 2 and Class 3 OTC medicines can be purchased there. The chains listed here, such as ASIN and Max Value, are well-known nationwide supermarket brands in Japan. Of course, there are many other local and regional chains as well. Okay, let's move on to next topic. For long-term residents, buying medicines online can also be a convenient option. The most popular e-commerce sites are Amazon Japan and Rakuten. In most cases, deliveries arrive within 1 to 3 days, but sometimes it can take a little longer. You can buy OTC medicine classes 1, 2, 3, as well as quasi-drug and daily goods. However, for class 1 medicines, a pharmacist consultation by phone or email is required, which makes them a bit harder to purchase online. On the other hand, class 2 and class 3 medicines can be bought smoothly and quickly. Here are some important points to keep in mind when buying online. You need to create an Amazon Japan account since it's different from Amazon accounts in other countries. If you have medicines delivered to a hotel, make sure to inform the front desk in advance. Be aware that delivery delays can happen, especially during holidays or busy season. And most importantly, if you are not confident about choosing the right product based on online information, it's better not to buy medicines online. Using the wrong product could seriously harm your health. So please keep these points in mind when considering online purchases of healthcare products in Japan. Lastly, let's talk about convenience stores in Japan. Japan is truly a convenience store heaven, with major chains like 7-Eleven, Family Mart, and Lawson everywhere you go. However, as of 2025, most convenience stores do not sell medicine. Only a limited number of quasi-drugs are available. The Japanese government is currently discussing the legal revision that may allow OTC medicine to be sold in convenience stores in the future. Here are some examples of popular products you can buy at convenience stores. Energy and vitamin drinks such as Lipovitan D, Chiovita, and Yunkel, which are very famous in Japan. Stomach-related quasi-drugs effective for overeating, hangovers, or indigestion. And finally, throat care products, including big throat drops and lozenges. So while convenience stores are not places to buy medicines, they're still very useful for picking up everyday health and wellness items. Okay, thank you so much for watching until the end. Here's a quick summary of today's lesson. The best place to buy healthcare products in Japan is a drugstore. You now understand the difference between pharmacies and drugstores. You also learned that it's possible to buy medicines online, but there are some important precautions to keep in mind. And finally, at convenience stores, most medicines are still not available as of now. Okay, I think now you have perfect understanding of where to shop for healthcare products in Japan. In the next episode, episode 3, we'll talk about the top 5 features of Japanese OTC medicine. That's all for today's episode. Thank you for joining me, and see you in episode 3. お疲れ様でした。